Welcome everyone, it is lovely to have your company. You are on our YouTube channel right now, very, very exclusive place to be, where you get your exclusive content. Now you may notice there is a young lady sat next to me that you might not be quite familiar with yet. Of course, we said a fond farewell to our lovely Emma as she's gone stateside. But I've got another one of my very, 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 very good friends here with us, and it is the wonderful Jo Grimwood.
Hello.
Welcome, 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 and welcome to the team as well.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for the cakes with my face on them.
I know, see, we pull out all the stops here. Now, Jo is going to be our brand new host, sitting alongside me on the famous furniture here to walk you through some amazing cruises. And you might think, okay, so who is Jo and where has she come from? And so I'm going to give her a bit of a grilling on your behalf, because actually,
here we go.
Well, listen, you know, the funny thing about Jo being here with us is I've known Jo for well over a decade, a long, long time, and we've worked together doing very, very different things. In fact, we almost we did actually half share a flat at one time,
yes.
didn't we, in London? Yeah. But that's definitely many other stories that you don't need to hear right now. But Jo, you've worked in and around the cruise industry for a long, long time. Give us a snapshot of that. What have you done?
Oh my gosh, what haven't I done? What haven't I done? Well, yeah, I started off cruising in about 2006, working for Disney, working with the children on Disney. That was a delight, as you can imagine. And then I went and worked for Royal Caribbean. I did entertainment staff. And then I spent the best part of my time on cruise ships working as a port and shopping consultant. So I'd actually be helping people shop in the ports of call, buy diamonds and fine watches, and talking about the destinations. And then I went and worked for a big New York designer for a couple of years, and I'd bring their designs, their unique jewellery designs, onto cruise ships for a limited period, and people would obviously buy them, and I'd travel the world whilst I was doing it. So I've pretty much been on every cruise line, I think.
Which is incredible. So you've heard me talking about my friend Jo over the years, who's been on every cruise ship, here, there and everywhere.
I wasn't made up.
No, she's real. She's here. She's living and breathing. And you really have been all the way around the world. And you've been from, through a lot of different cruise lines as well, including the extremely luxurious, like the 6-star and beyond. Go on, tell me.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Silver Seas, Seabourn, Regent, Asmara. I've been on them all. And I've definitely enjoyed the experiences of being both someone who has worked like a guest lecturer on board, which I've done quite a few times. Kinada I've been on too, doing that, and also getting to enjoy the passenger side of it, because I'd always have a passenger cabin, so I'd get to, there was one ship where I had my own butler, they come and lay the table for me inside, just me, which was kind of weird, unlimited alcohol as well and things like that. But obviously when you're working, you can't indulge that much, obviously.
No,
never happened.
That never happens, of course. And listen, people, and I know when I first met you, I listened to your accent and I thought, oh, now I'm trying to place your accent, because you've gone over your life, you've well travelled as well, quite aside from the work, haven't you? Yeah,
I mean, I grew up in Australia, so I lived there till I was 10 or 11. And then came back to the UK, and then I, in my early 20s, I started working abroad quite a lot. Worked over in Spain as an actress, Greece, Italy. Then I worked on ships for 10 years with predominantly American clientele. So I just had to adjust a lot of the things I would say. And so, not that it's a different language,
no.
But it's, we have different terms for things. So that's probably why I picked up a bit of a mishmashy accent, I guess.
I love it. No, I love your accent.
Yeah.
I can listen to it forever and ever and ever. I've got to pick up on one thing though, because here's one thing, and I've known you for years. And here's one thing I didn't know: you were an actress. You were once an actress once.
Yes.
Let's expand on that.
A lot
please.
of us all came from there.
Where
I'm surprised you weren't in the theatre. You always seem like somebody who's quite theatrical.
I could never remember the lines, to be honest with you. So what did you do?
What did I do? I did a lot of touring theatre. So I did that, and I also did entertainment hosting, like resort hosting in Greece and Italy. But after drama school, I went and worked in the UK doing children's theatre, and then I worked in Spain for 2 years doing theatre in English, teatro en inglés, in Valencia and Barcelona, and then back in London for a while. And that's when I went on board cruise ships and moved more into presenting, because I really enjoyed that. So I thought, instead of an actor's life, which could be quite brutal, I'd rather have a presenter's life. which is wonderful.
Yes, it's far less brutal.
And glamorous.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the glamour
Yes.
of being on the road all the time. But
I
you
know.
are used to travelling, so I suppose you've stayed in the weirdest and wonderful. I bet
yeah.
you've gone from there to there and everywhere in between, haven't you? I guess.
Yeah,
I've
had some interesting experiences where I've stayed around the world. So, but you know, the lovely thing about the cruise ships is that the luxury of them, you don't really feel, even though you are working, a lot of the time when you're working, you are, of course, a crew member, but you still get that touch of luxury because you can enjoy the facilities and everything. So, but my favourite was, I have to say, when I was kind of a guest lecturer and a guest jewellery expert on board, and I get to come in and enjoy all the fabulous things that the guests got to enjoy as well. So.
It also means that you're, trying to pin Jo down to let's go for a coffee or let's go for a meal or whatever is impossible, because you have got friends all over the world and you're forever dotting around and seeing them, aren't you?
You're making my life sound a lot better than it is. You really
it's so
are.
glamorous. It's so glamorous.
I'm loving that, Derek. Well, no, the thing is, it's obviously over the last little while we haven't been able to travel much. It's like it's been really challenging for me, especially because, and for everybody. But you know, having really close friends over in the States, Portugal, Spain, who I do like to see regularly, I haven't been able to see. But that's why it's been great with things like FaceTime and, you know, all of those other ways of keeping in touch. But it is a wonderful thing now that the world's reopening a little bit more.
Yeah, it
like
is really.
music to my ears.
It is really
You've got to
good
get out
news.
to America.
I know. Well, see, listen, Jo will be the one that finally kicks this one up the backside and gets him travelling, which is only going to be a good thing. And actually, you're going to be really good for our viewers as well, in terms of opening up those little doors of information, you know, those little things that make sure you do this, make sure if you're going to this destination, because Jo's been to so many places, and you know, and being a port lecturer as well, you have to take in a lot of information, but you have to actually, you go out on the tours and you go and see these things. So you've actually experienced a lot of the tours that we find on our cruise itinerary. So that's really good.
Yes, I have. I've been on, I used to, you know, even when I was, for example, a guest lecturer on board, they'd have me host some of the tours for them as a favour.
Yeah.
So sometimes I used to go out and do the same one 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Acropolis again.
Yeah.
Here's Ephesus again. Not that you'd ever complain about that,
No.
but you know,
Yeah.
you are handing out ear sets to people, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
also work, kind of.
But you've loved it. You've clearly loved it, because I
Yeah.
think actually, you know, it's one of those things that you don't go back and do more if it's not a great job, do you?
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about being on ships is, well, obviously seeing the world, but you also get to save a lot of money and spend a lot of money, you know, but enjoying it along the way. So that's the great thing about it, really. I mean, yeah, like you said, you just go back if you enjoy it. And I wanted to experience different roles on board, and that's why I did it for quite a bit of time. And up until recently, I still used to do, you know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks guest lecturing every year until everything slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was a nice way to sort of keep my toe in and still, you know, pop in there and enjoy it. So, yeah.
And Jo and I first met on another TV channel, which you'll probably be familiar with as well, which has changed. That's been like a sea that has flowed in different ways over the years as well.
Yeah.
But it's great fun. So your knowledge of jewellery is completely unsurpassed. If you've ever got any questions about jewellery and where to buy your diamonds and the best gemstones and this, that, and the other, this is your lady to get the advice from, definitely. But that channel.
And you.
Well, yeah, we've picked up a bit of information along the way. Listen, I'm so excited that you are.
Me too. It's
that
great
you
to
are
be
joining
here.
the team, and I know you're going to love the shows. I have to tell you, in all honesty, and I'll put my hands up and say, even after 11 years of talking cruise on TV for me, the old veteran that I am, this lady knows 1,000 times more about the cruise industry than I can ever
stop.
forget.
Get out
me tell
of
you.
town.
So there's going to be a lot of information coming your way from Jo as well. I cannot be more happy to have you by my side. The one thing I'm going to say
Cry now.
is I'm going to have to try and pin you down, because you are quite a travel girl. Now, one wife has just emigrated to America. Am I going to be able to pin you down long term to sit on this couch?
I hope so,
I
but
hope
America
so.
does sound tempting.
Oh, no.
If she invites me, I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
We don't know each other, but I'll get to know her anyway.
Okay, well, we'll negotiate behind the scenes. You're going to love the shows with Jo as well, and make sure you stick around on our YouTube channel as well, because we've always got all of the shows that we do are there, so you can go and watch them now. And a big, huge welcome to this lovely lady, Jo Grimwood.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
See you soon.